Welcome back again. You're still watching us here on Nile Cruise, and we're still coming to you from Old Cairo at Al Hassan Mosque, Sultan Hassan Mosque. And speaking of the efforts that are being exerted by the Cultural Ministry here in Egypt, and specifically during the COVID-19 pandemic, with innovative ideas and initiatives to ensure that the culture activities in Egypt still resume, even with regard to the precautionary measures. And more on the efforts and the role of the Cultural Ministry here in Egypt, we are joined by Dr. Iman Negm, who's Under Secretary of the Ministry of Culture. Thank you very much for joining us on Nile Cruise.
Thanks for having me.
Dr. Iman, thank you so much for joining us, and it's a pleasure to have you with us in today's episode of Nile Cruise. And Dr. Iman, we start off with the culture, with the Minister of Culture, of course, Dr. Ines Abdeldaim, who stressed the need to produce artistic and cultural programs aimed at benefiting public taste and spreading awareness of community issues, while maintaining precautionary measures necessary to ensure the safety of artists, employees, and the general public. What are the remarkable efforts of the ministry during the previous months to maintain a vivid culture in Egypt?
Thanks for the question first. And, it was really a hard time. At the same time, it was very interesting. And it was a very profitable period to many people, to many Egyptian people. Her Excellency, Dr. Ines Abdeldaim, issued many instructions. And we followed by book, about from the leader to the employee and through the smaller employee in the ministry. We followed all the instruction, and by love and by awareness, we actually, many direction. We follow many direction. First of all, it was the training of the employee. We try to train, we try to reduce upon to the efficient workers. Okay. Second things, okay, the sterilization, of course, everywhere in the ministry, the awareness of people. We try to give the awareness to the employee. We try to give, to encourage, to have work, to give more work, and to spread culture to the Egyptian people. First of all, we and the important and the interesting that every events and all the events, it was online. So we, His Excellency create the project of culture in your hand, and this project, it was online. We canceled all the events, we canceled all the festival, all the gathering, our cultural gathering, and she already give the awareness to people to work online and to follow the culture online. So after that, the broadcast of the channel of ministry, and we have now a channel, YouTube channel, a cultural affiliate to the ministry in YouTube, and it it attired the most views can be, and more than 2 million attired to view in the channel of Ministry of Culture, and this is especially in YouTube, and everybody enter in this, and all the events in Opera House, all the events in art, plastic sector, all the event in all the organizations, theater, cinema,
and we've seen
music,
a lot of concerts also from the pyramids.
Concerts, everything in this channel. From there, or from that moment, we launched this channel, and we got the idea, or she got the idea, to make a very big channel they affiliated to the Ministry of Culture. And this is, the benefit, the income, very good income of product of culture in this issue.
Yes. As you've correctly said, and there have been a lot of successful concerts that have been also taking place with high viewerships. I myself was always keen to watch. Now, the Minister of Culture has also agreed, Doctor, with the Egyptian Knowledge Bank to be able to provide the bank with treasures of the cultural Egyptian production in order to also provide access to all the Egyptians to this great heritage. Tell us about this cooperation between the Bank of Knowledge and the Ministry of Culture.
Okay, the Bank of Knowledge, this cooperation between Ministry of Culture and Ministry of Education. And we allow people or Egyptian people to access to every publication of Ministry of Culture. And, you know, every book we can enter and browse all the page. It's allowed anybody or anyone want to read any book through the online or through the Bank of Knowledge. And already it is a database, digital database, a very high digital database of all the library in the world and all that, and it make access for free to the Egyptian people too, to enter and to collect the culture and to collect the production of culture. So it is a very good idea, and it is, you know, it is. I think it's something, you know. Now you have the awareness of people of culture. Now it's, it come higher, you know, higher step by step, and now people all, want to look for the products of Egypt, or the cultural products of Egypt. Now, everybody, he is keen to search about culture, to search about civilization, Egyptian civilization. Now, access to the book, to the library, to have a digital database, something is very important now.
Okay, the Ministry of Culture has won the EU National Institutes of Cultural's Creative Circles Project Grant. How can we encourage culture entrepreneurs and turn culture into a business project?
This is about the cooperation with EU
Yes.
or the when Ministry of Culture win the circle creation circle.
Yes,
That's
that is
it.
what I
That's
said.
it. Okay, this is a project, you know. What is a creative circle? Creative Circle is a non-profit organization from the EU, and it is aimed to promoting all the creation and with the creation of youth especially, and to how to make marketing in the product or in the final product of this creation. It is a big non-profitable organization, and you know, they have many national institute, cultural institute, many cultural institute. They have affiliated to this this organization, and Ministry of Culture, when this project is a fund project. What is the fund project? Fund project is training to the youth and to the creative youth especially, and who youth who be interested to the art or the handicraft art, the cultural industry. And as you know, Egypt has a special cultural industry and handicraft too. And if we speak about carpet, and if you speak about the art, Islamic art, and if you speak about porcelain and etc., we have many products, cultural products, and many youth and many people, they are very interested in this, and they are creating this. So this fund, or this Creation Circle fund, it comes in Egypt with the program, education program for youth or for people, intellectual people or youth who create, who have a creator system in their life, and they give them all the training, and they give them to how to make advertising in African world and European world, to make advertising in their products. So it's win-win situation for everybody, win-win situation for Egypt, and win-win too for the youth to find a work and to find a job opportunity.
That's wonderful.
It's very interesting. So we are proud to say that Ministry of Culture won this fund from UN and by Quetta Institute, because Quetta Institute here is the only representative to the National Culture Institute by UN. And it is, managed by Quetta Institute, and at the same time, it is under the umbrella of Egyptian Ministry of Culture. So it's a thank you for the question, because it's
it's important,
and something very important.
As you've said, the Ministry of Culture is always keen not only to fulfill the needs in terms of anything that is cultural or artistic in Egypt, but also show solidarity with its neighboring countries. And from here, I want to ask you about the organization of a concert in solidarity with the blasts that took place in Lebanon, and that was upon an initiative by the Egyptian Ministry of Culture.
Yeah. Of course, as you know, Dr. Ines Abdedaim, Her Excellency, she's keen for our relation with Lebanon, and it has to express, her solidarity and her solidarity with the Lebanon people in this, crisis or in the ordeal. It is something we have all take hand by hand to pass this or exceed this crisis. Now she make a event night. This is dedicated for Lebanon people. It is an invitation from Egyptian people, or peace invitation from Egyptian people to the Lebanon, that we are together. And it name, the name of the event. It's Rise Your Hand and Rise Lebanon for the peace. So it is a night dedicated for the Lebanon, just to feel and to exceed or to express our solidarity with them.
Okay, before we wrap up today's segment, could you tell us about some of the ongoing cultural initiatives that are taking place now?
Yeah, of course. No, we take now we take place, and the event it's coming back, but with a very high precautional measures from COVID-19, of course, and from the pandemic, for COVID-19. By the way, I want to say that, Egyptian people now, they have a very good awareness. And this is what we profit, Every crisis in life, we have the defaults and the problem of it, and at the same time, we have the profitable things we can profit of it. Really, if you think, or if you have, you see the people got awareness. They became now aware. They became now to caring themselves. They became now caring about their personal health. So after that, we have a precautionary measures. We take a social distance. Every share we have a share in between, empty in between. Of course, mask mandatory and obligatory mask.
Dr. Iman, how did you see this change that took place after the lockdown, of course, and after the curfew was over, and the theaters started opening up again, the opera house opened again, and of course we opened again. Everything that's related to cultural events that take here in Egypt reopened. How did you see the reaction of people, and how do you see the demand of people to go and visit such sites?
Okay. Of course, the demand of people, Egyptian people, they are caring high caring to attend every event in Ministry of Culture. If you see, Opera
This
House
is after
is
the-
fully
this is after
no,
the-
no, now after. They are aware. They are aware.
Yes, they are very aware.
Yes, aware from from the case. Not before, but I think now the digital database and the access to the internet and online is more effective now. And I feel that's very good to the people, because when culture and when you reach, make access to the people, to reach culture at home, it's for me, I love that. And this is that I want. And this is,
Yes.
she's excellency, her excellency, she
Okay,
wants. But now, people respond, yes, they respond to attend, okay?
Okay, Dr. Iman Negm, Undersecretary of the Ministry of Culture and Head of the Central Administration for Cultural Programs and Initiatives. We thank you so much for joining us. We thank you very much for all the knowledge you gave us in today's episode of Nile Cruise. It was amazing to have you with us, and we wish you all the best. Wish you all success. Thank you so much for
Thanks
joining
for
us.
having me.
Thank you,
yes,
and
it
good luck,
was
of
very
course, with all the
interesting.
future projects.
Thank
Very
you.
inspiring indeed under the Ministry of Culture. Thank you,
Thank
Doctor.
you so much. Thank
And
you so much.
that brings us to the end of our episode of Nile Cruise here from the Sultan Hassan Mosque. You were in the company of myself, Yasmin Bakir, and Rana Al-Sastrana. It was great working with you.
Yes, Min, it's always great working with you. And dear viewers, this is all for today's episode of Nile Cruise. Hope you've enjoyed being with us as much as we have from this wonderful site here in Egypt and Old Cairo. We brought you a special episode of Nile Cruise. Hope you've enjoyed. And until we meet again, another episode of Nile Cruise, from all the team here, it's goodbye.